conversation. It's just about what is going on with your writing as you're dealing with the pandemic and how it's affecting you guys, you authors, with your writing, with your inspiration, with how you are dealing with the pandemic when it comes to publishing as well. And if you think publishing at the current situation is a good idea.
I'm going to say it's a good idea because mine is a pandemic book going to be released next week.
Okay, that's wonderful. Do tell us about your book. I mean, it's around the pandemic, the story.
No, it's not around the pandemic. Actually, I am a storyteller and a trainer, corporate trainer. So my book revolves around, the name is Connect Through Storytelling. So it's all about how do you leverage the power of stories and tools of storytelling to make your communication more effective, engaging, and inspiring. So be any work field you are, but there's something each one of us can actually use from storytelling to make our conversations more engaging. So it is all about that. So it's a non-fiction book, and I think it will be there on Amazon by next week.
Best of luck for that. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
No, I'm totally in for it. I guess I wrote my first book during the last phase of pandemic. So I got to writing in April 2020, and I could finish it off by July. So I always wanted to write a book. I could do it during the time. So for me, it was a blessing in disguise for sure. So I'm all for, writing the book. And I guess you have more time to consume content, right?
Yes.
How much of a Netflix or how much of a argument on WhatsApp you're going to do. Ultimately, you need to hang around with a better content. So I guess now is where is a good time to explore those readers who are interested to, take that plunge into reading a book. I think so. It's a good time for sure.
Yes.
So Miss Monica Tandon is actually a storyteller. She's releasing a book, as she said just now. She puts her 15 years of corporate experience and certified storytelling skill set together to help people communicate their ideas better by using the power of storytelling. Her book, Connect Through Storytelling, The Art of Result-Oriented Communication, is a comprehensive and hands-on guide to be a storyteller and becoming an excellent speaker. As you can see, she has already established herself as an author, and now she's here as a guest panelist with Invincible. And I'll speak about Mr. You're welcome. I'll speak about Mr. Deep now. Deep is author of BrickCement.com, The Unspoken Dark Realities of Entrepreneurship, and over 2 decades of diverse experience in working for brands like Google, MySpace, Rediff, to running a leading real estate development business in Mumbai, along with a co-working and consulting firm for startups under Gemini Group. He is also the co-founder of BeckFriends.com, a traveler delivery marketplace.
Thanks. That's a good introduction. Yeah, pretty precise. Yeah.
Thank you. And Miss Hema Sood. Oh my God, what can I tell about her? She is a well-established author of more than one best-selling book. The revised book of the Oceanic Gita has been published by Invincible, which is already a book which was Oceanic Brahma, Eternal Oceanic Brahma, sorry. And she has already published 3 books of Karmic City trilogy, and she is an avid reader of Akashic records. She believes in Ho'oponopono practitioner as well. I really didn't know what is a Ho'oponopono practitioner. I had to Google it. It's an Hawaiian tradition, I guess.
Meditation.
Yes. And she's born in Delhi, studied in Bangalore, and now living in Goa with her family. Hema is a certified Reiki Grandmaster, reader, and trainer of Akashic Records. And she is here with us. I'm glad, and I welcome you all 3 of you, for today's panel. And we will start our first question. It's a very general question for all authors over here. Are you able to focus on writing during this pandemic?
I can go
Yes,
ahead.
please go ahead.
Yeah.
Please.
So I guess speaking with experience, like I said, I mean, for me, the previous phase, the last year was like the reason I got into my book, because I got a lot of time at hand, and I started writing a book. So I had those plans somewhere down the line that I would be writing about my entrepreneurial journey. And somewhere down the line, when the pandemic hit, I got a lot of time at my hand. I started writing it. So I would say it was a blessing in disguise for me. So it is really, yeah, it takes a while to be disciplined. It takes a while because it's a tedious thing, right, on a regular basis, but you have to set goals for yourself. So I had goals set for myself that every day I got to write these many words, and that's how, once you get into the rhythm, then it flows in, So typically my book is mainly on a business self-help. So for me, writing that kind of thing on a regular basis, though I've been writing a lot of articles around that topic, but putting it into a book was a challenge, I always thought. But once I got into it during the pandemic, it was a blessing in disguise for me, because I could sit through it, write. Many a times I was writing a lot and I took a break, knowingly, like let me just like take a break in between a day and do it. So it's all about that. Initially, it's tough for the anyone who's thinking about writing a book. Initially, I would believe it's really tough, if I being the first time writer. But once you get into the rhythm of it, things like just flow in, I guess, right time to write a book, I would say.
I so much echo with his thoughts. Reason being, pandemic has not only shaken up our routines, I believe it has changed it to a fundamental level.
Truly.
And now we are getting more time, and we can structure our thoughts and then sit on the writing desk with a schedule. So during when I was writing my book, so it was more or like, sitting on my writing desk 30 minutes in the morning and 30 minutes in the evening. So that was a strategy which I had in my mind to complete my book within that stipulated time which I had given to myself. So yes, during this time, I had an ample of time to actually consume a lot of literature, a lot of books, and on my subject itself, because I was writing a non-fiction book. So it gave me that breather from the everyday chaos which we were struggling pre-pandemic, and sit on the writing desk, study a bit, watch TED Talks, watch ample of stuff, videos regarding your content, and then reflect on your work, because I am a trainer. So I use a lot of real-time experiences in my book this time, which I actually had during my training sessions, so that people can actually leverage those experiences while understanding the concept I want to put in front. So yes, it has been quite a journey, and I'm looking forward for next week to get my book listed.
Absolutely. Congratulations, Ms. Monica.
Thank you.
What are your thoughts on this, Ms. Sood?
So I think I would speak very differently, because I have been writing for over 2 decades now. And for me, definitely it was that I did get more time, yes, because there were many other things which, I didn't have to do. But I didn't perceive much difference for me in my routine and my change, because as an author, I work at home. And as you know, every author works in isolation, So yes, I definitely would say that the lockdown assisted many other authors to discover their latent talents and pursue hobbies. And maybe those who wanted to write or have a penchant to putting pen to paper have definitely followed their passion. And I was very happy to hear my co-panelists saying that, they got more time and they could pursue their writing talents. And it's a wonderful, way of positively using the extra time that you have. But for me, there was not a very marked shift in my routine.
So I'll go ahead with the second question, which you are also going. Do you think you should publish at a time like this? And Miss Monica has already told us that she believes that it's the right time for her, since her book is about pandemic. But what do you guys think? What do you think, Mr. Deep?
So yes and no. I mean, I would say if you look at the publishing industry per se, if you look at the previous year, I don't have exact numbers per se on that, But issues, there were issues on distribution and sales, and because there are no shops open. So that's one of the reasons why the ebooks got into the foray. But somewhere down the line, I would say getting that kind of a thing, getting people to read your book physically, that's the majority of, in India at least, there's only 6% of people who would be doing ebook, versus the majority of them are still used to doing physical book. So somewhere I was in two minds when I was publishing it. So somewhere I thought that it becomes difficult for my physical book to be available in a store because someone can't pick it up from there. And there were delivery issues also because, that's not like an essential item, which were getting delivered at that time. So your sales could get hit. But on the upside, what you can get at is there's a lot of time that people had during this time. Your daily routines are basically changed. It's topsy-turvy right now. So you have a lot of content that you can consume. So a lot of the initial phases, if you would see previous year, you would be seeing a lot of those, Netflix and the Amazon Prime, and they were all hit. But somewhere down the line, once that content got plateaued, you would be seeking for more content. So there are two ways to doing it, either reading content or arguing with people on your WhatsApp group. That's what is happening now a lot of times. So somewhere down the line, I guess the sense would prevail, and people are understanding that they have to actually utilize their time in the right way. So when I say yes and no, there are pros and cons to it. The pros is that, of course, the physical book won't be available that easily. So that's the hit you would take, but you would get in and rope in a lot of new readers also. So you got to balance that out, and typically totally depends on what your book is all about. Like my book was all about self-help and business and, more on those kind of lines. So I thought this is the right time to do it. So totally depends on what you're writing. So I would say, yeah, it is a good time depending on the topic that you're looking at, because you're going to get more new readers. Like you're getting new writers, you're going to get more readers out there. Not in the physical capacity, but maybe in the online one, yes.
Okay.
And yeah, I guess up to a certain extent, offline platform of actually going to a bookstore and buying it may had a hit during this lockdown, but online platform, ordering virtually and getting your book at home. So paper books are still in vogue. People do like to sit with a book and read it. Reason being, at times we get saturated by looking at the screens. So you really like that smell of book in your hands. And at the same time, people are going into isolation because of numerous health challenges. You're not actually, sitting with the family interacting in case you have been hit by the COVID. So you are actually in isolation. So I believe books are the best friends during that time. You can, go inside and read your book at your pace and consume that content, stay positive, stay hopeful, and actually, consume a lot of content just by ordering it online. So the mode of ordering has changed, but still people are reading a lot during this pandemic.
True. So this is one of the situations that I'm asking you guys your opinions on. Right now, like there is a lot of fear that when the pandemic started, there was a lot of fear. In the beginning, the fear was not that much, but later on, there was a lot of fear, a lot of negativity, and the vaccinations are not there. Like every day, you are hearing some negative news in the news. Every day there is negative news. There is no positive, uplifting news coming in. So how is this all this negativity? How is it affecting you as a writer? How is it affecting you guys? Please let me know. Ms. Monica, you can go ahead with this topic if you want.
I believe that, Vigneshwar, there's something like during this time of uncertainty, people do experience a lot of emotions of, loss, fear, uncertainty. But at times when you see at the positive side of, giving yourself a task, a goal, which you need to reach up to in your professional space. So depending upon who you are, see, I am a trainer, I am a writer as well. I write almost daily on my LinkedIn as well. So it's a kind of a thing which has kept me in the right frame of mind, that I need to actually sit and do it. So I have given myself tasks which I need to accomplish on daily basis. That's how you remain in the right space of mind. And when we talk about, people are facing a lot of uncertainty and there is so much negativity all around, then I believe reading helps you a lot. And at the same time, if you give yourself small tasks on daily basis, so it gives you a sense of accomplishment, which generates positivity inside your mindset. And even if you're feeling demotivated or something, pen down your thoughts, because writing, I believe, is an expression to what you think, to what you feel, and that's how you again generate back that positivity inside and radiate it everywhere in your surroundings. So this is, I believe, something which has helped me personally.
That's a wonderful answer, Monica. What
Yes,
about, what do you think, Ms. Sood?
Yeah, I would definitely like to add to what she said. For me, writing is an area of high creativity, and I always look forward to the hours that I spend in writing. It's the best part of my day. And I write mainly on New Age philosophy and self-help. So I always start by, sitting in front of my laptop or maybe a few blank sheets of paper. And I just sit calmly and meditate, or I breathe deeply, or I think of anything which makes me happy. And then I wait for the words to flow, and it's always a gushing torrent. And I believe that this always gives me such a positive attitude, because this expression is of pure creativity. And I'm always happy and joyful when I do this. I also personally vouch that when you're mentally occupied and extremely busy with a positive thing or with something which you enjoy or your hobby, you're always a healthier and a happier human being. And I can definitely ratify that writing keeps me very happy, mentally fit, and spiritually alive. This is something which I've truly experienced. And as you know, all submissions are done online and via email. So we have been able to reach out and connect to everyone despite the lockdown. That is one positive factor, I would say, of being an author and working with the publishers. So, there's no despair, because at the end of the day, your book will get published. Like, I actually signed 2 books last year, and I was waiting very patiently, but finally, yes, they have started moving. The editing is going on. So maybe it's 6 to 8 months late, but finally, that it's going to happen. So there's no reason to feel sad or negative or anything of that sort. It's a very, very positive activity, and I loved writing.
As authors, do you think there has been a writing boom because of this lockdown? Like, it's been a blessing in disguise, and there's been more inspiration or more time, as Deep has said, or Monica had said, that they got more time to write books, to pen down their thoughts. So do you think that there has been more motivation for writers to come out and write or complete their projects when before they didn't have a time, and now they have the time? Do you think there has been a more of a writing boom in the industry because of this pandemic?
Just to add in there from what Hema ma'am just said, I mean, I can't agree more on that. Writing is such a, it's such an inspiring thing. And frankly speaking, I realized that once you have like a white paper in front of you, when you're even typing, and you fill it up at the end of the day, even if your day has gone really bad, for an example, you heard some bad news, and you could fill it up in one day, that's such an achievement. And in the smaller things like these at the time of pandemic, becomes really important. So frankly, just to resonate with that thought, that is what made me through and making me through this entire situation. And coming to the boom, I guess that's the whole reason behind it. People are getting to it. Just to add into that part, and I would let others just get in there, is that it can be a therapy. Even if there are negative thoughts, And I always say this, anyone can be a writer. I'm not taking it away from any authors. Like anyone on an average, is a funny thing, would be writing at least 500 words on their WhatsApp group nowadays. They would be sending some stuff and consuming that thing. What if you divert that entire energy on a piece of paper, put your opinion on that, and get it published? It's not necessary only a close group should have those opinions. Let it out in the open, publish it on a medium. Don't publish it as a book if you want to, start off with. So something like this, frankly speaking, is positivity. And if people start writing that and not getting into the arguments per se, I would say it'll be a better place. Automatically, the negativity would go and everyone will be busy, creating content. And
that's an ideal thought.
There'll be more boom, and there'll be good for writers, good for publishers. Yeah, I would let you guys add on to that. Yeah.
And you know what? I was reading this article that day in Times of India, and actually the heading of that article was "Pen and Pandemic," and it came out with a thought that earlier, in fact, these days as well, people do write for professional reasons, right? But there has been a thing that now people are writing for their own heart, for what they have been feeling, for what they have been going through, for what they have been, experiencing. So it's more of that people have started coming out of that shell and started expressing with the pen in their hand. And actually, as Deep was saying that, why not divert all our energy, channelize it into writing something positive, writing something which gives hope, which, stories of resilience, stories of hope, spreading positivity all around. So people have been now being very mindful about how to spend their time, because earlier when we just slipped into the pandemic, all of a sudden we didn't know how to manage our routines, we didn't know what was happening all around, it was so chaotic. But somewhere around starting this year, people have been almost settled. They know that this would be the routine that we are supposed to do. Now they are coming up with more interesting things, spending their time more constructively. So I totally have seen that people, that reading and writing boom has sparked all of a sudden.
So are there any thoughts that you would like to add?
Yes, so I would definitely like to add to what my co-panelists have said, and I totally agree with them. There are definitely more people who are honing their writing talents, and there are many who always wanted to write but never had the time. So this is a wonderful time to do so. And as Deep said, at the end of the day, even if you've written 500 words, it's an achievement. It's better than having done nothing. And writing is very unpredictable. There's one day when 2,000 words will just flow out of you, and one day you'll get about 200 words. But it's not about the quantity, it's about the quality. And finally, at the end of the day, it's about putting your, pen to paper and writing, and always write from your heart. Like whenever anyone asks me for advice, I always give them that. And that's what Monica also said. Always write from your heart, because that is a true expression of who you are. That's pure creativity. And, no one can take it away from you, because you are at your best expressing yourself. And there are also a lot of self-publishing options nowadays, publishing on Kindle options. So many people have fulfilled their dreams. I know a couple of my friends who would never have thought that they could see their name on a published book, and they have published on Kindle without any difficulty. So despite the pandemic and not being able to step out, sitting at home, they've managed to do it. So there are pros and cons.
So this is also a motivation
Yes.
for writers.
Absolutely.
So this small session is probably going to be coming to an end in a few minutes. So before it ends, I would like all three of you to speak something from your heart, as you said, Ms. Sood, that every writer needs to speak from his heart. So something for our audience, or our authors, other authors, what would you like to advise them now in this pandemic to cheer up, to uplift, to motivate? Please tell some anecdotes that you can give. Please, anyone.
Everyone is thinking who's going to start.
Which one should we mention? No, I guess one thing which I kept saying in this entire one and a half year now, we've been more than a year now, is that it's okay to be vulnerable. It is okay to be scared. It's all right. A lot of people have been like, trying to tide this by, okay, it's just just 10 days more, 15 days more. It's all right. Just agree to the situation and then work around it. Most of the time when people are faced with the difficulty, they try to just, avoid it. And we see that even in our government who is doing it. They're just trying to avoid it. Just face it, say we are vulnerable. We would find solutions around that. Same with writing. I guess you some days won't be able to write. That's all right. Take a break or two, but just be disciplined. Just be very, truthful to what you're doing and write it down, even if it is not that great, but at least you've done that bit. You will get your rhythm somewhere down the line. So, because I always say that in my book too, that, passion is overrated. Persistence is what takes you through. And in this time, I guess it's not just a combination of having just a passion would take you through. It's a combination of passion with persistence. So I guess, yeah, that is something I would like the readers and the listeners to go by.
Thank you, Deep.
I believe consistency is the key, which he has just very rightly mentioned with persistence. So it's more of like I earlier said, give yourself a task every morning, and no matter what, just get done with it. Do it with your whole heart, even if you don't feel like dressing up someday, writing it down, doing your own work, but still have that, that seed of courage inside your heart that no matter what, how days are going to be, how gloomy it is going to be, but I will do what I have assigned myself to do, and share your story. It's the most powerful thing you can do to cheer up the people all around you with your writing. This is, as a storyteller, I personally believe in. Share your stories of scars to success, from wounds to wisdom, for trials to triumphs, I said. So it's something like, coming up with something every day, so that it not only gives you a sense of accomplishment, but also let people around you, you're able to radiate that hope and positivity, because days are going to be remain like this for some time. Let's accept the truth. But what exactly do we do with that time is going to be matter in that coming months, when we would be very hopefully out of this pandemic.
Beautiful. And for the ending statement, Ms. Sood, please go ahead. What can you advise our listeners?
I think my co-panelists have said so much. So the first thing I would like to say is, to be alive in itself is a blessing. That is what I would say is the message that goes out, where we are surrounded by very grim circumstances and literally death stares you in the face. But I always believe that nothing happens by chance in this universe. We are following a divine plan that is for everyone's highest good. And if you look within your heart and touch your soul, you will realize that many of us have forgotten to show gratitude to Mother Earth. And we were plundering her resources, and we were, exploiting whatever we could. So somewhere this was a sacred catalyst for change. That's how I see COVID. I don't perceive it as something bad or something destructive. I think it was necessary for humanity. Humanity needed a shakeup. So I think that we have to see how we can bring out the best in ourselves and what we can do to take this further, because this is what is expected of us. So what I did is that I actually reinvented my whole image. I started projecting more of my workshops and my courses. I teach about the Akashic records. I learned people to, get in touch with their past, with, kind of empower them to discover their own answers. So I believe that everything happens for our best, and let us see what we can find positive in this whole thing. I, for one, have found these 2 years very, very empowering, and it has definitely taken me to a higher level. That's all I can say. It sounds paradoxical, yes, but It is possible.
Thank you so much, Ms. Tandon, Ms. Sood, and Mr. Malhotra.